designed for medical professionals and those who want to be admitted in tertiary education, in high education, will approach IELTS academic writing. And I hope that it will be very helpful for those who want to pass this academic IELTS. And why not? We would like everybody available to join our class, because I think it would be very interesting to find out some vocabulary designed to IELTS academic. Irina.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
We are in the same office, so if we have some microphone interference, please forgive us. It's not our fault, but you can let us know if the sound is not appropriate. So Irina, what is the topic today?
Okay, so the topic today will be health, and we will talk about IELTS writing task 2, so an essay. I will share the screen for you to see the task, the question, but we will mainly focus on vocabulary improvement today. So a way in which you can find suitable words, high vocabulary, to write a good answer for this question. 1 second. Okay, so here on the right, we can see the question. Roxana, can you please read it out loud, of course?
On the right, yeah?
Yes.
Many doctors recommend that older people, let me see if I can move the screen, because I think my mouse is not working. Oh God. Honestly, I cannot, it's not working.
So you cannot see the whole task?
No, I cannot see.
I will read the task. Roxana, it's okay. I will read the task myself. Many doctors recommend that older people exercise regularly, but most patients do not follow any exercise routine. Why does this happen? How can this be solved? What kind of essay is that, my dears? Why does it happen? How can this be solved?
Discussion essay.
It's an ideas essay, yes, but the specific type, please.
Problem and solution.
It's why, it's not problem. Not problem does it cause or something. Why does this happen? So instead of problem, we have something else.
Cause.
Cause, exactly. We have causes and solutions here. We have an ideas essay suitable for IELTS academic writing, task 2. And the subtype is cause solution. Great. Many doctors, I repeat, for those who are joining us late, many doctors recommend that older people exercise regularly, but most patients do not follow any exercise routine. Why does it happen? How can this be solved? Okay, ideas means that, I mean, the term ideas means that we do not specifically post our opinion, yeah, but that we will try to identify at least, or probably the best answer is 3 causes of this occurrence and 3 ways through which the difficulties can be solved. I know that I know, and it's most probable that you are used to the classic type of problem solution. This is a mixture between causes and consequences and problems and solutions. Okay, Irina, please.
Okay, so as Mrs. Berghout said, we need now to think of some causes for this trend, this problem, and some solutions. So do you have any ideas, first of all? Some causes. Why don't people exercise usually?
Maybe they don't have time enough.
Okay, sure.
Because they are lazy and they don't agree. I don't know.
The most common one.
Yeah. Okay, so we have these 2 causes. Can we rephrase them in a way to be more like higher vocabulary, academic? We cannot say the people don't have time and they are lazy. So we need some synonyms. make it
Or
sound more
probably they're not used any, like, when you get to an old age. Yeah. Okay, let's rephrase.
Yes, please rephrase
No.
with nicer words.
Yes, let's say in a higher range of vocabulary, more formal.
Mhm. So you said they do not have time, and we transform it into something easy as well. So this idea.
Could we say for they're lazy, let's say elderly people, when like no, when they get to an old age, people they don't pay that much importance to exercise or to stay healthy. Some of them, they're saying that they just want to rest when they get to that to an old age.
Okay.
They're lazy. They don't.
Or we can say they are involved to other activities.
For the first one.
They prioritize other activities.
Okay, yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
So, but probably what Irina wants to find from you is a synonym of lazy, no?
Are difficult for them.
Desire to lack of willingness of
Okay,
moving.
but they're not so willing to do it anymore.
Willing.
Yeah, older age, you said. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mirela, you said something?
Yes, I say it's difficult for them to do exercises.
Okay, so they find it
Difficult and difficult.
They are
in
inactive.
in moving.
Inactive, a very good term. Yes.
Inactive, yes.
Great.
Yeah, so we are now just looking for words to use. Inactive is all right. Okay. You said something about them not, let's say, unawareness.
Yes, or maybe they are
Benefits.
they have other comorbidities, so they are not allowed to
Okay.
follow the routine.
Okay, so the fact that they have comorbidities, it's another cause of this.
Yeah, so they're not allowed, all right. Here, for not having enough time, we can just say an insufficient amount of free time or leisure time.
Yes,
Just to have slightly better words.
absence, insufficiency.
Amount of, let's say, absence of free time, let's say, anyway.
Which of course I don't think that's really, I mean, we can find this as causes, but they are disputable. Great.
All right. We can move on to solutions now, just one or two. How can this be solved?
I think they can make the exercise together together.
Like, yeah, in
like
group, like
many people's at the same place.
Okay, what we should remind you is that it would be probably the best if we address the solutions to the causes, so that every cause that we found would come up with a solution attached, just like in case of problem solution. So if we say that older people do not have sufficient or older people do not have enough time, as you said, in less formal words. So they have an insufficient amount of leisure time. What would be the solution to be addressed here? They don't have enough time, which of course
they should prioritize some of their problems, so they have enough time for their health to improve their.
So you are saying that prioritizing their time,
yes,
in favor of health.
Yes, in favor of health. So they have enough time to spend, to move, and to do physical activities, and to try to mobilize.
Prioritizing is the first thing that you would, prioritizing time would be the first thing that you take into account. Okay. Or prioritizing targets, maybe, Irina. Targets or, yes, of course, in favor of sports. Or doing sports. When we say that they don't follow enough exercise, a routine exercise, it doesn't mean that they should go on a triathlon. It means simple exercises that can be done by everybody. Okay, so prioritizing sports.
Yeah, or just physical. In general. Yeah. Okay.
They are inactive. What solution can you find to their being inactive? Replacing the laziness that you talked about earlier.
Probably it might be because of some how you call movement or restricted. You know, they've got some health problems related to.
Do you know what I would counteract here? And I would say exercises that should be used to keep fit at an older age are not those provoking damage to the body. We are addressing their inactivity here, their tendency of giving up.
Can we say raising awareness as one of the solutions? Because probably
unawareness is the third solution.
Yeah.
Here, for them being inactive, we should find something. Think. So, of course, most people prefer watching TV than exercising. It's in our nature, in our modern nature. So how can we counteract this? It doesn't matter now. Yeah,
probably by their GPs, like giving them appropriate advice and encouraging them to.
I would rather go to the third cause as well. Here is the fact that they choose to remain idle instead of moving. And I think yes, GPs can be part of the answer, but more than this.
Or due to their preconceptions, such as they've been working their whole life and now they just want to.
Okay, that is a cause. That is a cause. And how do we address the cause?
As well, I would say raising awareness as.
No, that is for the third one. For instance, I would think of encouraging elderly people by funding modern gadgets that would make or transform sports in something desirable. Yes. So if we found that if governments or authorities, local communities fund special activity places which come with the latest technology, yes, maybe they would be attracted, because latest devices used in sports mean by themselves, let's say, more I don't want to say lazier activity, but
it's too much, yeah.
Yes, but they are, let's say, encouraging. So encouraging funding with latest technology in this kind of sports facilities, so that they can enjoy their. And when I think of this, I also think of ourselves. that we would prefer to have something very modern and appealing instead of the old devices that we use for sports. Yes. So prioritizing, I would say funding, Irina, funding, because let's keep the gerund there. Prioritizing funding, great. And then you're saying that people, elderly people especially, are unaware of the benefits of this kind of physical activity. And here you have the solutions. Could you repeat them?
Yeah. Raising awareness.
Raising awareness. And what would you use to raise awareness?
Me or?
Are you? Yes, you can also answer, but I'm talking to our students.
How do we raise awareness?
Yeah, how do we raise awareness about the benefits of physical activities? And here, I would bring up the GP.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah, like the health centers, they can promote some,
Exactly.
you know, usually here they promote some activities that they're taking place in some communities around, you know, like most
So,
of
campaigns by health centers that are practices, so general practices, or any other community or health center to be great. Campaigns, yes, for the benefits of physical activity. Great. Does it sound logical? Yes. So we have 3 causes on the one hand, and we have 3 solutions on the other hand. And this is what I would recommend when you go to the exam, because 3, as I say, is a magic number in IELTS. Yeah. Okay. Clear enough up to now?
Yeah.
Yes.
A bit tried, but yes. Okay. Irina, please take it over.
All right. So now that we have an idea about this topic, let's try to improve our vocabulary a bit. And today I will present a method how to do this. So I found some articles, some studies related to this absence of exercising. Yeah. So we will read some of these, not the full articles, of course, and try to find some suitable words.
Okay, that lady is already doing something. I mean, she's on the bike. She already moves. What we would recommend here at Andrea Berghout Academy for the success of your IELTS academic writing is that you try as much as you can to implement the English-like style of writing and high vocabulary. So I think the most successful recipe for scores, for wonderful scores and getting your achieving your target is that you read as much as possible. Probably if we start preparation in time, we would read a lot of books, but unfortunately, most times we are forced by a deadline. So at least try to find and to read as much as academic vocabulary in journals, books, as I said, articles, and try to do this at least once a day. It is very important to develop the, let's say, native way of thinking and writing. Thank you, Irina. Please continue.
All right. So we will, as I said, we will not read the whole article, just let's say the first part of it, and try to extract some ideas, maybe new ideas, or just new vocabulary. So maybe Christina, let's just read here the first on the first page.
The one that is bold as well, yeah? Bold.
Yes.
Doctors in England and Wales should offer overweight patients green space prescription to get them exercising outdoors, says the local government association. The prescriptions could provide free visits to national parks or gardening sessions at National Trust properties, for example. A small number of GPs already do this. The LGA says it needs to become a universal policy to tackle the nation's obesity crisis. It's calling on NHS clinical commissioning groups to drive the initiative forward.
Great.
Okay, so Christina, in this small piece of information, did you find any new ideas that you could use in the essay or new words? Or
Yeah, it's really related to the essay. I think that, the idea of what they're saying, the green spaces, like their doctors to advise them, and as well those
green space. Sorry, Christina, we have this green space prescription, which is a very interesting metaphor, right?
Yeah.
I would first take, I wouldn't pass over the word overweight or overweight patient, which I think is a bit preferable to obese. So we have overweight, we have this green space prescription that we can use, yes.
Yeah, could be like an example, isn't it, at the end or something for
if you want to organize an example, yes, you should give exactly the details of doctors in England and Wales or doctors in the UK or NHS or something, so that you can provide with the example with authority. The most important thing in our examples is not to give them from our, let's say, life or experience or in the experience of people around us. It should be something authoritative, something that belongs to a higher institution. Yes, so we can say that the NHS has encouraged in recent years this green space prescriptions, allowing people or giving people free passes to walk in these national parks. Okay. Gardening sessions, yeah, there is something that we don't usually have in our vocabulary because, of course, we don't learn about gardening at school. Universal policy. Do you see how interesting it's put together? Universal policy. We have to tackle, which is a good verb in academic essays.
Yeah, this phrase here, universal, it should become a universal policy to tackle the nation's obesity crisis. Of course, focused on obesity, but this is pretty nice to use. Universal policy, tackle. These are nice words.
To drive the initiative forward, it would be, though generally we try to avoid phrasal verbs in academic writing. This driving forward, the initiative sounds good, sounds usable. Okay, we have some examples following. We know that doctors already prescribe walks, conservation work, another term to be used, conservation work, gardening and sailing. Wouldn't it be wonderful if people or doctors all over the world
recommend it?
Yes. Okay, and very interesting ideas as well if somebody wants to read it with East Riding of Yorkshire Council. Who would like to read it? Pick me, teacher, pick me. Irina, can you name somebody?
Alina.
I don't want to be the bad wolf.
Okay. East Riding of Yorkshire Council has developed an IT system which links up GPAs with leisure centers so they can book patients directly on to exercise plans.
The modernism that...
Here, GPs, what are GPs, Alina?
I don't know.
General practitioners.
Yes,
doctors.
General practitioners or general practices. Great.
Okay, so here's one more idea. I think we can move on. There are some more ideas here, of course, and it's pretty nice to read and understand actually, but it also has this academic vocabulary, as you can see, that maybe doesn't come to mind, at first. We can go.
But practice is the golden key. So if you do it every day, eventually you will retain information. I think we can post the link after this class. We can post the link in comments so that they can take the full article.
Okay, this next one is more of a study. It's research, and we can give the link to this as well. Here we have some smaller paragraphs to read. Here as well, there are a lot of very nice words. Maybe let's read, let's say, 2 sentences.
There are numerous, Irina. Yes, numerous.
Yes,
Not a
numerous.
lot of, not
A
academic.
multitude. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe Roxana.
Not the bad wolf again.
Yes, an underappreciated primary cause of most chronic conditions is the lack of sufficient daily physical activity. Physical inactivity. Overwhelming evidence proves the notion that reductions in daily physical activity are primary causes of chronic diseases, conditions, and that physical activity exercise is rehabilitative treatment therapy from the inactivity caused dysfunctions. The general strategy of presentation divides the article into 3 major sections.
Yeah, this is about the article.
Yes.
Okay,
Very
so
nice choice, Irina. Good option.
thank you.
Okay.
Up to here.
Underappreciated. So I couldn't help myself. So look at that word. This word is a very good one to be used because it's it has prefixes, first of all. So underappreciate. And it's also due to prefixes, to the prefix is academic. So I strongly recommend it. Unappreciated primary cause. This is exactly what we need, right, my lady?
We can use the whole phrase, yeah, primary.
Okay, we don't like the word lack of sufficient because it's not what IELTS expects from us, but overwhelming evidence. How nice. Overwhelming evidence. Remember that evidence is uncountable noun. It's an uncountable noun. It doesn't have plural, so you are only using it for singular. Yeah. You saw there evidence proves. Okay. Reductions in physical activities. Yeah. Also a nice word.
Yeah. So instead of saying people don't exercise enough, we can just say there was a or has been.
Here we have the term that we needed for the first cause. Yeah. Primary cause was already mentioned by us. Rehabilitative treatment.
Yeah, can use it.
Thank you, Irina. And which is the next one that sounds very good to be used in an essay, my ladies? It's a phrase and a compound word.
Inactivity causes dysfunction? No.
Exactly, yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
yes. Activity causes dysfunctions. Then we will have a compound word plus a derived one, this function, which also increases the score of our essay. Great. Yes, Irina, do you have something else? It has been
one more
so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is more related to arthritis and all seniors, but it also has some nice vocabulary. It's again a study more than an article. We can read maybe the first part. Mirela?
Arthritis and exercise.
Arthritis, this is what we want to read, Irina. Arthritis and exercise overview.
Yeah, this part here.
Please, Mirela.
Yes. Physical activity is known to have benefits for people with arthritis. Arthritis.
Yes.
Thank you. However, many people with arthritis do not exercise, often because of joint or muscle pain, weakness, fatigue, or joint swelling. This can lead to loss of joint motion, stiffness and muscle stiffness and muscle weakness and tightness.
Yes, muscle.
Muscle. Okay. These problems can worsen fatigue and can cause joints to become unstable. However, exercise can decrease pain and can enhance quality of life. Exercise is most beneficial if it is done on a regular basis. Most people can find a way to exercise without increasing their symptoms. This topic describes the benefits of the exercise for people with arthritis, including arthritis,
Yeah.
including disease-specific exercise recommendations.
I think after this class, Mirela will need to to repeat arthritis 10 times at least, so that our ear becomes used to it. Okay. Yes, Irina.
Okay, and disease specific, yes, not specific,
Specifics.
Okay, so here, what ideas can we extract? What can we use in our essay?
Benefits we have. So we have the disease, arthritis, and we have words which describe this disease: muscle pain, weakness, fatigue, muscle pain.
So we have muscle pain, we have fatigue, indeed, we have the swelling of joints.
Which involve joint motion, loss of joint motion, stiffness, muscle weakness, and tightness.
Yes. The next one is to worsen as a verb that can be used in many essays, no matter the topic. Okay, unstable. So I really like derived words. As I said, stable, unstable. They increase the level of our scoring. To decrease, to enhance quality.
Quality of life, we can. Quality of life.
Disease, I have the word disease specific exercise recommendations. Disease specific exercise recommendation, which is a very good idea if you stay and think, because elderly people are usually connected, as you said, with comorbidities, and each of them would require a specific type of exercising. Right. Okay, Lina, are we done?
Yeah, we could stop here. These are very long, like you can find a lot of nice ideas and words.
Like it, yes. And I think it would be maybe beneficial to cite the term for everybody listening or watching our lesson today, that they should take the link from our comments and study further, because I can imagine that they will only benefit of it. So if you can stop sharing it in it would be great. My dears, I hope that today's lesson has brought you some new ideas and new vocabulary, and that it has been helpful and will be helpful for your future exams. Andreea Berghout Academy is here if you want to register to our courses, OET, IELTS, or the other languages that we teach: English, French, German, Dutch, Italian, and Spanish. Looking forward to the next free session. And of course, have a peaceful week.